I just like, I have to be confident that I'm going to frame something in a way that I think those people are going to find fair, at least. And they, if I don't do that, then my own personal views show in those sections. And so my readers get pissed off and they call it out. And B, like, I feel like I've created this thing that's supposed to be doing this and has this kind of underlying mission statement and tone. And now I'm like, I have a sense of guilt that I know in the back of my head, like I'm not being charitable in a way. And it's funny, because you use that word and I use that word sometimes, but it's almost like it's really not being charitable, I recently was just reading a Torah portion for Shabbat, and there was kind of this exploration in the Torah portion about like charity and mitzvah in Judaism. And people say, like, you've probably heard like Jews do a good mitzvah for the day. It's like almost an English expression now, which is like you do your kind act, your charitable act. And it's actually kind of a mistranslation. The Hebrew word doesn't actually mean charity. It means just. It means like what is right. So you're driving down the street and you see somebody, waving down a road for help, a car for help on the side of the road. And you drive by and then you pull over and you go help them change a tire or whatever in some deserted area. And you say, oh, I did my mitzvah for the day. Like, that's not charity. You didn't do charity. You did what was right. You did the just thing. There was a person needing help. You were able to provide the help. So you do it. And like, I struggle with that. It's like, I don't want people to think I'm being soft on the left or the right. I'm not doing what's charitable. It's not a charity to actually explain how people are feeling, like what the actual general consensus is. It's what's just, it's what's right. It's like, if I don't do that, then like I'm doing something that's like actively cynical and like very negative and evil in a way. It's like I'm framing people in a really negative light intentionally to make a point. And that's, I think that violates like an ethical code that I have. Yeah. And it also just adds to the horror show that our, partisan divide is right now across the country.
I think that's super interesting. So I think I basically agree with you, although I might try adding a little bit of nuance and see if you agree with it or not. Like, I think I definitely agree. If this, person A believes this thing, you've got to accurately portray that, like, to the best of your abilities. I'm totally about that. I'm agreed. That's not that goes from this charity bucket to justice bucket or fairness or something like that. And when I'm talking about being charitable, I think a lot of times in my mind, what I'm thinking about are the cases where you don't really know what their intentions are. And so you're trying to kind of at least start by giving them the benefit of the doubt and assume, okay, maybe this person's not saying this thing because they're dumb or bad or something like that. Let me start with like the benefit of the doubt. What is the most charitable read that's like most charitable plausible read, not one that's like really, really crazy out there, but like plausible and charitable read, and kind of go from there. And in that case, you're kind of working from like, you might not have all of that information. Would that be fair? Or is that still, am I talking about basically justice all the way?
I think that's fair. I hear what you're saying, that there's at some point in the process, there's a blind spot where I don't know what the other side actually thinks, or I haven't determined what the consensus is or figured out, from pulling from these different sources, what people are saying. And I'm working from a charitable position where I'm saying like, okay, I'm assuming they don't want these horrible things. And I think
right.
that's accurate. I see the distinction there.